Okay, welcome back to the channel. It's been 2 years since I made a video. Life has just been crazy. There's a lot of video in the works in terms of coaching and just what's been happening, and some of the new updates that they've made to the federation's website in terms of getting your license. But those are different videos, and I'm in the process of making them. And I got a new pair of boots, and it got me thinking about how the fact that I've never really done a complete collection. And so I've gathered every boot that I have in my house, new, used, beat up, destroyed. It's a little over 50 pairs of cleats, excluding turfs and trainers. So I thought today would be it'd be a really awesome video to make, just to see what I have, because I have a lot, and I shouldn't really have that many, but I do. A lot of them are nostalgic and the ones that I've had for many years, and you will see because of the separation on the glue and the sole plate. Some are limited edition collections that I managed to get my hands on. Some of them are impulse buys. So yeah, I would be lying if I said this is not my first take on this video. I really thought about how to break it up. There's no real way to do it, so I'm going to break it up into two categories. I'm going to have my limited edition cleats that I just managed to get my hands on. I'm going to have my nostalgic cleats, ones that have sentimental value to me because I either wore them when I was growing up or wore them when I was playing. And then I'm just going to have newer releases the past 10 years that I've just rotated through, kind of random brands that I do own, and then some of the collections that mean the most to me where I have a few of them in that collection. That's kind of how I broke it up. I think with each video and with each boot that I put on, I'm going to have a little counter to see how many boots we get to at the end. So we'll both find out whenever this video is put out there. So hope you enjoy the video. Just remember to like, subscribe, and follow for more. So we'll get right into it. I figured just to get out of the way, the first one we're going to do is kind of off-brands. These are either I was sponsored by the school and we were wearing it, or I just found it randomly and I bought it. So first boot are these Umbro Velocitas, I think they were. These were the laceless version. The laced version I really wanted, but I just never found the right price for it, so I never picked it up. I found these at Burlington Coat Factory, which if you're in the hunt for it, some decent chance you might find a boot. I got these for, you can see right there, 20 bucks. So it's really just an impulse buy. I'm a 9.5 in US. If you can see it in there, they are a 10.5. This was an impulse buy when I went to just go look to see what Burlington had there. You get random finds, and so that's these first ones right here are the Umbro Velocitas laceless versions. Next up, they're all from the same brand, and so they are the Umbro Magnetico. I want to say these are the pros just because of the collar. And yes, you can see that they still have the plastic inside of it. I've never worn them. Blackout. Story behind all of the boots that are coming up. I was sponsored at the school I was working at, was sponsored by Under Armour, and so we as coaches got a lot of blackout boots, and they're all Under Armour. So number one, Under Armour, the Magnetico Pro. Formation, these are actually really not that bad. So I really do like these current line of boots. I haven't been fortunate enough to test the newer Under Armour, so I can't really comment on what they are like. But yeah, brand new boot, blackout sole, blackout upper. Really enjoy them. Next up, oh, that squish, wasn't it? Oh crap. But these are the Magnetico clones. So if you're familiar with like Granit Xhaka or Alexander Arnold, these are the boots that they wear. Honestly, apart when it comes to Under Armour, these are probably my second favorite. A lot of the players, so when we were sponsored, when I was working at the school, we had a big Under Armour deal, so everybody, players included, got Under Armour boots. Biggest complaint I got was slippage in the heel. That was just the biggest complaint that the players said. Me as a coach, I'm just standing around passing balls, so I'm not really going to complain about playing or the fact that I don't have any lockdown. But I wore these a lot. I had the white version as well, and so if you ever watch some of the videos on the channel, you can see me watching the white ones, wearing the white ones when I was playing. So brand new, unopened, 9.5 Under Armour Clone Magnetico. The same pair I just showed you, but brand new, still has the plastic inside of it. This was the last pair that I got at the school before I moved on to the university that I'm currently at. Last pair from the Under Armour brands. These are the Under Armour Magnetico Pros. I think these were the first clone version. So Under Armour went through kind of a revamp, and they relaunched and redid a bunch of their models. So they released a bunch of new ones. This was the first boot that I got when I started at the university that was sponsored by Under Armour. This was my go-to pair. I still wear these boots just because they are so broken in. And what I mean, but like, just the material on it is so nice. The lockdown is great. The sizing is great. So that's kind of my issue, is that I'm always kind of in between a 9 and 9.5, and so some boots fit me good, some boots don't. But they have a chrome finish on the bottom of it, which these have worn off. But yeah, these were my go-to boots. They're from Under Armour's. Next up, we're going to go through a bunch of newer releases, just in terms of what I have within the past 10 years, give or take. So we're going to start with Nike. It was the Nike Mercurial Vapor. Can't really see it, but it's got the ACC. Cool story behind these. When I was in college, I did a lot of resales, and this, I found 32 pairs of them at Burlington Coat Factory back when I was going to college. I got them for $19.99, all of them, and I ended up flipping them on the resale market for about 80-90 bucks each. So I ended up keeping a few pairs for myself and giving to friends. Next up, a little sad that by the time this video comes out, I will have sold these. As I'm making this, actually, I already sold them, but these are the launch colorway of the Nike Phantom Vision back, I want to say maybe 2017, 2018. I really enjoyed it just because it was the kind of a new design with the quad fit, having the outsole, and then you had the sock light insert in here. It made for a very different feel, very unique. I really enjoyed it. I especially love the colorway. I think this just works really good. But I never really got the full use out of it. So when I did get them, I ended up I think I had another pair with me, but still good. Not really sad that I'm selling them, but I mean, I think it's just because it's the launch colorway. I think that's kind of, it holds a little bit to me, but not as much. So Nike Phantom Vision, quad fit, Flyknit. Next up, a little dirty, but I do wear my cleats. So Nike Vapor, I don't know what these are. I don't know what Vapor, man, there's so many of them. But this is the Neymar collection and collaboration. So see on the tongue, it's got the little Neymar's little logo before he switched to Puma. Really cool boot. I love the colorway. I know it's like vibrant and out there, but I think the colorway is what I really like, just because of the Brazilian vibe that it went with the yellow. Not a big fan of the Vapors because of the material. I much preferred the previous Vapor that I showed, just with that Tahitian synthetic. This always felt more plasticky to me, and maybe it's just I didn't give it my due diligence when it came to trying out the boots and testing them, but I always felt that they were too stiff and too plasticky, and I didn't really enjoy that. Two pairs of the Nike Phantom Venom, two different models, two different styles. I have the original version, which is in this really cool blackout with kind of a, I don't know, I want to say a snakeskin pattern. But this was just the original one with the power elements right there, the honeycomb pattern that you get. And then the other one was the Nike Tech Craft. So I actually wore these a lot, and I really enjoy the Tech Craft just because of the leather version. It felt a lot better versus the plastic version. But you can see when I got it wet, I didn't really let it dry out. And so it formed that, I want to say it looks like a salt line, but it's just from when the water got on the boots and I didn't dry them out properly. But yeah, these kind of go in my rotation every now and then. I wear these more with my high school, the Tech Craft, just because of the comfort and the lockdown that I get with them. I don't really wear the blackout version with the kind of snakeskin pattern. Next up, the only pair that I've had, and it's been a long time, and I think that they're on the third model now, and they just recently redid all of them and removed the kangaroo leather, but it's the Nike Premier 3. I really like this colorway with the gray and the orange. I like all the details that Nike puts into the boots, especially with the graphics. Yeah, believe it or not, this is my first pair. I wanted to get a pair of these before they switched to the calfskin leather or the synthetic leather that they're putting onto the new Legends. So I really wanted a full kangaroo leather boot. Another boot from the just random boots that I have. We have the Nike Magista Opus in this ridiculously bright orange colorway. You can see the amount of use that I got off of these. The studs are worn down. So you see the bottom right there, completely worn down. But surprisingly, there's very little separation on the actual sides. Even on the other one, there's very little separation, but the studs, man, the studs just wore away. And I think honestly, so here's my opinion. This pair, when you actually gave it a proper break-in, it was like a glove. And this, along with the Obra, if you actually gave it a proper break-in, it was great. And I think a lot of people just, when they put it on, they didn't like the feel of either the Opus or the Obra, because the Obra at the time was a revolutionary boot with the new dynamic fit collar, the World Cup. It was all just, wow, too much. But if you did give it the proper chance, phenomenal boot. These are the Copa Pures, or Copa something, I don't know what they are, but they're the 0.3 model, so this is the lowest tier that you could get from the Copa line. I think this was the new induction of the Copas, because it looked like looked like this guy. I'll put an image on the screen, I don't know his name, but it looked like that. This I got at the Adidas outlet for 20 bucks, so I wasn't really too concerned about what tier model it was. I just really wanted to try a pair. My only real complaint with them is in the heel counter, it just felt too bulky. Other than that, the material, despite it being not kangaroo leather, more of like a synthetic Tajin synthetic leather, it did really respond very well. I lump these two in together just because they're right after each other. So the school that I'm currently at is an Adidas sponsored school, so as a coach I have to wear Adidas. First pair that I had, because I really wanted to get into the Adidas game, looking for comfort. I really like the concept of the Copa Mundials, which is what I currently wear training. But these were I don't know what they were. I want to say they were the Copa Pure 0.1. But this is the kind of the whiteout version with the split orange and gray sole. Disappointed in these because when I got them, I had a lot of heel issues. Not so much as slippage versus just pressure from the sole right here. Hurt a lot. So I wore these mostly on grass just because it was a little softer on my feet versus artificial turf. And then this year, I got these for a steal, I think. I know they popped up on the resale market. People were finding them at discount stores, so I overpaid in terms of finding it myself at the resale market, but I underpaid in terms of getting it off of Adidas. But this is the Copa this is the Copa Pure 0.1. This is the Copa Sense. So Copa Pure 0.1, launch colorway, black with the neon pink colorway. Most likely going to be my spring boot just because I am rocking the Copa Mundials. That's my current boot that I wear when we are training. I'm excited to wear these. I'm a little nervous though because I did put them on and I got them true to size just because the leather might stretch a little bit, but they're very, very snug. Not something that I enjoy currently as a coach who's standing on his feet most of the time. So if you're looking at these, just keep in mind that they're pretty snug, true to size, pretty narrow too, which is what I like. I like the tight feeling, but maybe half a size would have been a little more comfortable because then I could swap out the insole for a thicker one and then it'd be a little more comfortable for me. Last pair for kind of random models that I only have one of. These were the Adidas X Chaos 0.1. These came out, I want to say in 2014 or 15. This was the red orange colorway. I'll have a picture right here of the original way. Story behind this, not a blackout boot. I just got very, very bored one night, really late, had a Sharpie in my desk. So I tried my hand. You can see the difference, some of the stoles. I tried my hand, it's just blacking out a boot because I really wanted one. I really liked the way they fit. Thought they were comfortable. This was Adidas' version of kind of a dual layer thing where they had two inside. So I thought it was a really cool idea. Really enjoyed it. That's it in terms of just a bunch of random boots that I've collected over the past 10 years that I've kind of been rotating in terms of using and playing.